realization, right, that our children are affected by alcohol, that our children are affected by drugs, our children are affected by pornography, our children are affected by peer pressure, our children are going through social pressures, our children are being attacked on a daily and minute by minute basis, are being attacked by all of these ideas and concepts, and they have questions. Where are they getting the answers to these questions? Right? Where is their outlet when they're faced with peer pressure? Who do they turn to when somebody comes to them in school and says, hey, you know, there's this party going on later today, my parents are going to be out of town. You know, your kids are getting that invitation as well. Your kids, your grandkids, they're getting that invitation as well. Hey, you know, everybody's going out to the movies, and, you know, there's going to be some girls there, and there's, you know, it's going to be a mixed gathering. You know, why don't you just come on out? You know, just tell your parents you're going to the library. They'll believe you anyway. Right? These are the things that are happening. And I'm telling you this from my own perspective, having seen it, having dealt with it, having been a youth director, having heard the stories of our youth, having seen it firsthand, and living in the United States and going into public school systems. I've seen all of this, and I can vouch for it that if it was going on in my day, it's definitely going on today. And I'm not that old. I'm only 26, so I'm not some grand uncle either. I don't have massive amounts of wisdom. But things were going on that I had seen in elementary school, in middle school, in high school, in college, in grad school, and so on and so forth. Those same things are still occurring. They're actually attacking our children much earlier than they were, possibly, when my generation was in school. And it's unfortunate, right, that many of the people who are parents now, or many of the older generations, right, when they came to the United States, most of us, you know, they came as immigrants. My parents came as immigrants, right? And they already had, alhamdulillah, some semblance of deen. They already had some semblance of religion about them, right? It was those individuals who built our masajid today. It was those individuals who invested in organizations like this. It was those individuals who had those concepts already ingrained in their minds. There is an entire generation of Muslim boys and girls who are growing up today who don't have the same access to the resources which many of the older individuals had growing up. And so we're growing up confused. We're growing up hearing mixed messages. We're growing up, you know, hearing the adhan in one ear and hearing the television in the other ear. We're growing up seeing the Quran on one side, and we're growing up looking at pages on the internet on another side. We're growing up seeing all of these mixed messages, and it's confusing. And so we need the solution. The solution, my brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, O you who believe, protect, right? Qu, save, protect, any synonym you want to insert here, protect yourself and protect your children from the fire. What kind of fire? نَارًا وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ. Summertime and it's barbecue season, right? So you pull out the grill and you throw some charcoal. That charcoal is what keeps the fire going. Right? Charcoal is hot. Imagine a fire whose charcoal is الناس والحجارة. Stones, not coal, stones. Stones and people. That is the fuel for the fire of Jahannam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ, protect yourself, وَأَهْلِيكُمْ, and your family from the fire. What kind of fire? نَارًا وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ عَلَيْهَا مَلَائِكَةٌ غِلَاظٌ شِدَادٌ لَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمْرَهُمْ. Upon this fire are certain angels who are commanded, and these angels are made to be tough for a reason, because if it was up to them in their beautiful nature, they would not want to do the job that they have been deputed to do. But لَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمَرَهُمْ. They are the ones that are deputed to throw individuals in this fire and keep them depressed in this fire. Can any one of us imagine, anyone who has children, or anyone who has a brother, or anyone who has a sister, or anyone who has any kind of children in their family, can you imagine throwing your child into harm's way? Mustahil, right? It's an impossible idea. A mother can answer this question very easily. When she's asleep in the middle of the night, right, and her child just wakes up, the pacifier falls out, and the child coughs, right? The mother jumps up and runs into the room. Oh my God, everything's okay. Pats the kid on the back, puts the pacifier back in, and goes back there. You can't imagine throwing your child into any kind of trouble. You can't imagine putting your child through any kind of harm. So why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا? Protect yourself and protect your children from the fires of hell. Right, without getting into too much detail, right, it's such a natural thing to want to protect each other from harm's way. Right, we have in our body, right, something called spinal reflexes, right, something that are so immediate and so quick that you can touch a fire, right, and immediately you'll get this flexion response, and immediately your hand will within milliseconds, right? Within less than a second, your hand will go away from that fire. And it's such a quick and it's such an immediate response that we will want to protect ourselves from that fire. And if your child was in harm's way, you would even be able to overcome that particular response. And I'll give the example that, all right, say you're at the stovetop, all right, and you've got some boiling water or whatever, so you need to go and you need to attend to that boiling water. And when you were to touch that water, right, a spark of the water was going to fall on your hand, immediately you would leave that pot and it would drop and you would get away from it. You would remove yourself from harm's way. That's the natural way, that's the spinal reflex. It's such a quick and such an intact and such a basic and such a human response. Now, however, subhanAllah, even such an immediate response, and something which many of us and all of us can possibly profess to, right? You touch a tack, or you hit on something sharp or something hot, and immediately you're going to try to back away from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the human being the ability to override even that spinal reflex. And I'll give you the example that if you're at that same stovetop, and you've got the boiling water, and you're reaching for it, and then you happen to notice that your child is crawling underneath you, between you and the stove, you will overcome even that carnal spinal reflex, and you will hold on to that heat, and you will protect your child from any kind of harm's way. That's what we're naturally wired to do. You can overcome even such a carnal and spinal reflex through the brain, through the aql, through that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. So how do we do that? Right, what is the solution? How can we go about saving our children? How can we go about saving our families from that gruesome fire which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described? Number one, my brothers and sisters, right, is that we need not to lose hope in our children. If a child was to go astray, if any of our children, if any of our brothers, if any of our sisters was to go astray, do not lose hope in that child. The worst thing that you can do, the worst thing